Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back to Silver Dawn Tarot. This is Anna, and we're going to be taking a look at the full moon. The only thing is, I don't have access to my comments. So, let me see if I can get to them over here. Ah, all right, there we go. So let's see if I can watch the live. No, why can't I watch my own live? That's not fair. That's not fair. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and put this over here. Let me get sorted. I know, right? There. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to go through Aries through Pisces. Alright, guys? And I will go back in and put the timestamps after the live is done. Feel free to ask me any questions that you would like, as long as I can see them. There they are. Okay. Alright. Aries. Guys, make sure that you are subscribed, that you like, that you share. Make sure that you do all of the things. They have taken away that hype button, which I don't know why it even existed in the first place, but, you know, it is what it is. Okie doke. So, I've got that deck. Let's go ahead and get this one all shuffled up. Ladies, my spirit guides, I ask you for these messages. Thank you as always for being here with me. Thank you guys for liking, for subscribing. If you are coming over from Sacred Light Tarot, yeah, I'm not dealing with that anymore. For those of you who are interested about the story, you can go watch the video, but yeah. Let's go ahead and get into the good stuff. All right. And this is the pain you have to deal with whenever you are doing live readings, a shuffling live. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So, full moons are about preparing for, and this is going to be the full moon in Taurus, which is going to be about, think about Taurus, the bull. My mother is Taurus. It's about stubborn. It's about its earth energy. It's when the moon is at its peak, at its height. Whenever you have the most lunar power, you may feel, because the moon represents your emotions, you may feel more emotional during this time. You may feel more emotional whenever it comes to grounding. What am I grounded in? Where are my foundations? What is it that I need at this time? What is it that I need to let go of that's not stable? It's not to say that it's not stable. Maybe it has destabilized. How can I bring it back? All of these things you're going to be taking a look at with Taurus. Taurus rules the 4th house of drive. Oh, let me go ahead and get my book. Hold on. So let's go ahead and take a look. I love this book. Gemini, Taurus. Alright. Taurus and Libra energy, that is the Empress, ruled by Venus, lover of beauty, stability, patience, and trust, experiencing life through the senses, accumulating things of value. Materialistic and stubborn is the shadow aspect that you could be dealing with. Is this bringing something out in you where you are a little bit stubborn, rigid, not wanting to change your viewpoint or your perspective on something, especially whenever it comes to work and finance? Now, Capricorn is more so prone to, and I say this lovingly as a Virgo, triple Virgo over here, But Capricorn is more so focused with business. Capricorn, Aries, the Emperor. Taurus is more about domestic, home, right? Nurturing, stability. I'm going to leave this up here because I have a feeling that I might need to reference it again. Okay. All right. So, Aries, you are up. What is the overall energy that we're going to be, thank you, that we're going to be experiencing? The Five of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. I feel like you're deciding what to keep fighting for and what to stop fighting against. The Ten of Wands underneath the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Swords, the Eight of Swords. You're seeing in some capacity where you've been limiting yourself, either with bogging yourself down in the mind or in the physical. This feels like burnout, honestly. The Eight of Swords, the Ten of Wands, I just can't take it anymore. But you're getting clarity on this. I feel like, and do keep in mind that the full moon is the time at which light is shown on things. What is hidden will always come to the light. I always tell you guys that. So, let's see here. What is it that we need to, Aries? What is it that we need to release? I saw the Three of Swords. Okay. Six of Pentacles. Why the Six of Pentacles? All right. Why the Six of Pentacles? Why the Six of Pentacles? The Hanged Man. Seeing reciprocity in a new light. Piscean energy. It's about seeing what is fair and balanced. If I give to this, does it give back? You may be in a period where you're saying, I need to re-examine some of the things that I have been giving to. Very similarly to the Two of Pentacles here. Because those two pentacles, it's about going back and forth on something. You could be saying, yeah, I want to commit to one thing that I know that's stable. But there's conflict surrounding one of them, or there's conflict surrounding this decision. I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't, is kind of what I'm getting here. And it's creating a lot of stress here in the mind space, as well as the Ten of Wands. It feels very heavy. This could be a looming deadline. This could be something that you're having to decide on in a very expeditious manner, and you're saying, yeah, I really don't have all the facts just yet. I'm trying to get them, though. The Hanged Man, the Six of Pentacles. Is this really something that I want to give to? All right, how to reach your full potential, Aries. How to reach your full potentials. Well, we have the Eight of Pentacles. I'm not surprised to see that. Driven. Continuing to put in the hard work. Continuing to show up every single day. The Eight of Pentacles. The High Priestess. Listen to your intuition. If you've been continually giving to something and it's not been giving back, you may be having clarity on that, and you may be saying, yeah, you know what? I don't want to continue to invest in this. It's not as stable as I thought it was. Maybe there's more conflict than there is working together on something. All right, what's coming to the light right now? And then we'll pull an oracle card for you guys. The World. Something needs to close out. Something needs to give. The Emperor, that's you, Capricorn and Aries. And then we have the Seven of Swords. Okay. What's coming to the light right now? The Seven of Swords is giving me a sense of there might be something that you're not quite seeing here. Whenever it comes to an ending, I feel like it's putting you in a better position to step into this Emperor energy. Yeah, the Four of Wands, or the Eight of Wands underneath the bottom of the deck. Forward movement or communication after a period of pause. Forward movement is really what it feels like. Yeah, the Eight of Cups and the Five of Wands. You're moving away from whatever the Five of Wands coming out here twice. You're walking away from whatever conflict this has been. So, Aries, I do see you gaining a better perspective on what's stable in your life and what you want to continue to give to and what is just not worth putting in the hard effort anymore. All right, Piscean energy. We have Cancer and Aries, or Cancer and Pisces here in the High Priestess. Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio here in the World. The Emperor, Capricorn, and Aries. Seven of Swords. Yeah. I feel like there's something that you're not seeing about this picture. I don't necessarily see deception. I see more like you're not seeing the potential of this yet. You're not seeing this yet. It's coming in softly. Okay, that's weird. Softly is what they're giving me. Okay, what you've got here, surrender. Okay, well, I mean, that is the essence of the hangman, surrendering to divine timing, right? Surrender. Trust that your prayers and intentions have been received and are being guided toward their higher purpose. Like I said, it's like whenever you least expect it. Whenever you least expect it. I'm sorry if these are not coming through. I can't see in real time due to the lag here. Okay. Trust in divine timing. Everything is going to work out for your best and highest good, but it is going to require an element of trust. Trust in the universe, trust in the divine, trust in source. All right. Moving on to Taurus. All right, this is your full moon. Oops, those are inside out, upside down. All right, Taurus, this is your full moon, so we are going to be taking a look. Guys, if you missed the live, you can go ahead and just replay it once it's done, and I will have all of the, I'll go back and put in, if anyone wants to mark time as you're watching the video, by all means, feel free to do so. I have no problem with that whatsoever. All right. So let's go ahead and switch decks. This is my deck, by the way, that I had made. And, yeah, I will be most likely putting that up on my storefront. If anyone is interested. It's very, very much based on the Rider-Waite. All right. Okay, guys. All right, ladies. What is the overall energy for Taurus? What is the overall energy for my Taurians? Again, you guys are the star of the show. The Three of Pentacles, getting on the same page with something, learning how to build a stable foundation, learning how to work together in any situation, whether this is, and whenever I do read energies, guys, this is not necessarily talking about one specific area of your life. This could be in general. There could be someone somewhere in some aspect of your life, be it romantic or otherwise, business or platonic, where you're saying, I'm just not on the same page with this individual. Okay, no worries. Yeah, the Emperor. Capricorn and Aries underneath the bottom of the deck. I almost feel like you're dealing with somebody who wants to have it their way. The Seven of Wands, yeah, they're yeah. And if they don't, ooh, what is this? The Five of Pentacles. Then they pull back their energy. Or maybe you're pulling back your energy. There's somebody here that you just feel like you can't get on the same page with. You can't be on equal footing, equal ground. Someone always feels like they have the high ground. Whoever this Emperor is to you. Could be a father figure, does not have to be. It could be a divine masculine in your life. Again, does not have to be. The Five of Pentacles. I feel like they use silence as a form of, like, I didn't get my way, so now I'm going to pout. All right, guys. What do I need to release and let go of? The Seven of Pentacles, waiting for things to get better. I mean, I'm just going to be really honest. Yeah. Some of you are saying, I put so much work, effort, and energy into this. Pentacles are time, effort, and energy. Work. Now I'm sitting here and I'm waiting for things to continue to grow or improve. Why the Seven of Pentacles? Why the Seven of Pentacles? Temperance. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're patient all day long. And Taurus, I will say that if you believe in something and you're absolutely convinced that it's gonna balance out, that it's gonna work, you're stubborn enough to wait. But how to reach your full potential? You may have to just go ahead and allow the tower to fall. Tower, Scorpio and Aries energy, Sagittarian energy here, and Temperance. This seems like something is definitely coming to the light. Yeah, you knew that this was coming too. The High Priestess, Cancer and Piscean energy. It's almost like an inner knowing. Like if I continue to maybe you're giving this person the rope that they need to hang themselves. Maybe you're saying, yeah, I know that if I just continue to wait this out and I they're gonna go ahead and make my decision for me. Well, that's interesting. Okay. how to reach your full potential is to just, I feel like keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut and watch the tower fall. Let this person do whatever they're going to do. This could be a coworker, could be a boss, honestly. Very interesting. All right, what is coming to the light right now? Because I'm really interested in that. What's coming to the light? What is coming to the light? The Ten of Cups. Your happiness. Your joy. What about it? Oh, you're going to have to fight for it. I feel like this is standing up and fighting against someone here that is interfering in a family situation. You're just not on the same page with this person. No matter how long you and this person have been together, whether this is a part of your family. We're talking dad, we're talking uncle, anyone who would be considered the divine masculine. And I am including women, by the way, in that as well. The Four of Wands, yeah, house, home, family. Underneath the bottom of the deck, more Cancer and Piscean energy. It's almost like, yeah, there's mystery surrounding this. There are some unknowns. But I feel like things will be made clear. The moon. I'm not surprised to see this because, yeah, we're dealing with lunar energy right now with the full moon. What is this going to be bringing in? And I feel like you're going to figure out what it is that you want to take passionate action on here with the Knight of Wands whenever it comes to house, home, family. Maybe you have somebody that's saying, I don't want to move. I don't want to move. I like things exactly the way that they are. I'm willing to, yeah, you're not on the same page about something here. And I feel like you're just allowing this to go ahead and run its course. I wouldn't have been surprised to see the Nine of Pentacles come out with the Ten of Cups. Yes, you can have the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Yes, you can have the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles all by yourself. You don't need another person for that. You can be your own best friend and have everything that you have ever needed all on your own. All right, Sagittarian energy here in Temperance. We have the High Priestess, Cancer and Piscean energy, Scorpio and Aries here in the Tower. The Emperor underneath the bottom of the deck is Capricorn and Aries. As far as your advice, your oracle from the universe, Venus. This is literally your ruling planet. Yeah. Awaken the goddess within and connect with the sacred, there you go, the sacred frequencies of divine beauty, prosperity, sensuality, and victory. If this person can't see your worth, then they are not worthy of you. This is what this is giving, honestly. If you guys still cannot get on the same page, then I feel like you're saying, all right, well, have fun without me. Sometimes that's what it takes. And this person may wake up and they may come back to you and they may say, oh, I'm sorry. And it's up to you whether or not you want to go ahead and forgive the past or if you want to continue on and have a brand new life with someone else. That's entirely up to you. It's your choice. It's your life. All right, Taurus, that's what I have for you. Guys, again, make sure that you like, that you subscribe. Everybody that sees the video, let me know where you guys are watching from, and make sure that you smash that like button. I know, it's always tough whenever you're starting out a new channel, and this one, it's not new, but it's been around for quite some time, and I abandoned it, but it gives me the opportunity to start over, and so I had to take my own advice. Sometimes you have to close one door in order to open another. So I thought that I would go ahead and take the lessons that I learned from Sacred Light Tarot and apply them over here and see if I could achieve a different result. Okay, without continuing to do the same thing over and over again, thus living in the insanity of trying to rehabilitate Sacred Light Tarot. All right, Gemini, what is the overall energy for this full moon? Well, the Chariot, Cancerian energy. It could be a Gemini Cancer cusp, does not have to be, but yeah, focused on the prize is what's coming into my mind. The Knight of Cups, could have to do with emotion. Page of Pentacles, message, and the Three of Cups. Do I feel like this is reconciliation? I mean, we are in the pre-shadow right now of Mercury retrograde. Very well could be. You would have to let me know. But whatever this is, I can tell you that the Three of Cups is also a card of joy and happiness. It's a card of networking. It's a card of friendship. It's about getting back out there sometimes. And with the Knight of Pentacles underneath of that, the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, that's two knights. Something tells me that you're itching to get going on something. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look. Ladies, if you would please, for my Geminis. For Gemini. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. And for those of you who found your way over here from Sacred Light Tarot. All right. What we need to let go of. What do my Geminis need to release on this full moon? Ooh, okay. An ending. An ending or... Ooh, okay. You don't have to have all the answers about why something ended. All you need to know is that it's time for you to move forward now. The Page of Swords to Death, Scorpionic energy. We are in Scorpio season right now. It is a time of transformation, of traveling into the underworld. Pluto, Hades. And, by the way, Pluto is the ruling planet of Scorpio. And we are discovering it's time of rebirth and renewal. Okay? What do we need to change? What is it that's not working for us anymore that used to work? What is it that's ending in our lives? What is it that we can move toward here with the Chariot? The Chariot chases the star, but you don't have to necessarily take that literally. This could be wish fulfillment in any area of your life. Success, victory. That is the Emperor and the Chariot, by the way, also. Moving away from the city. It kind of implies that you're doing your own thing. A sense of freedom. All right. How to reach your full potential. How to reach your full potential. The Empress, realize your worth and your value. All right. I attract, I do not chase. Which is a bit of an antithesis because, wow, that's interesting. The Emperor being in the Chariot, the Empress out here on the deck. I feel like this is knowing when to chase and knowing when to attract. Knowing when to allow things to come to you and knowing when to go after that what you want. That which you want. Again, we're in the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde. Please forgive my my flubs. The Two of Cups. Okay, all right. How to reach your full potential is to partner up with someone. And while this is and can be a relationship situation between two persons, really honestly with the Caduceus, this is a integration of you and your higher self. So this may be you saying, yeah, I'm listening more to what my higher source is telling me, what my intuition is telling me. Maybe I am finally seeing my worth and my value. Maybe this is you partnering with someone who sees your worth and your value. Maybe this is you seeing your worth and your value and attracting in that person who also sees it. All right, what is coming to the light right now? This could be a business partner as well. What's coming to the light, though? What is coming to the light? With fated, destined, divine timing, the Wheel of Fortune, growth and expansion, all of those things. Okay. What's coming to the light right now is that it is the perfect opportunity for you to make a decision about something. There's something here that you've been wanting to move toward. Yeah. The two knights underneath the bottom of the deck, it's like, I've been itching to go after this. How to reach your full potential. It's a bit of an antithesis, and that's interesting because the Empress, it could be about the growth of something new. It could be about releasing something into the world. It could be not necessarily waiting. No, you are. The Two of Wands underneath the bottom of the deck. Yeah. If there's something that you're fearing here because you suspect it might blow up in your face, yeah, I said reconciliation earlier. Did I not? Yeah. Could very well be. You may be saying, I do want to go after this. I've ended something, or they've ended something. I do want to go ahead. Now is the perfect time for me to go ahead and bring this back from the past. But you're not wanting to go after this just yet. There's a desire to, don't get me wrong. But I don't think that you're going to. Because you have a decision to make here with the Two of Wands. In a world of possibilities, what road are you going to choose? the Eight of Swords and the Tower, you're worried that if you choose the wrong path, if you do make this decision to express your emotion, well, here with the Knight of Cups, or offer your emotion to someone that you've not seen in some time, you're worried about how and if this will come crumbling down. The Five of Wands is underneath of that. Yeah, low key, I feel like you are saying, I don't know if this person is still holding a grudge. I don't know what went down between the two of you. But I will say that if it was not necessarily the most pleasant ending the first time round, it may not be the most pleasant reconnection or reconciliation attempt. Just saying. At the very least, you may have the opportunity to make your amends, close things out properly this time. All right. With the Wheel of Fortune. The Tower, Scorpio and Aries. Scorpio here in the Death, the Empress, Taurus and Libra energy. Aquarius, Leo, Taurus and Scorpio here in the Wheel of Fortune. Judgment, Scorpionic energy. A lot of Scorpio, okay? I'm just saying. And the Chariot, Cancerian energy. It's a lot of water energy too, which is telling me that there are a lot of emotions that are wrapped up in this, which is not surprising, especially considering that, yeah, we're dealing with the moon here. The Three of Cups, the Knight of Cups. You've got a lot of emotions on the mind at the moment. All right, let's go ahead and see what your card says. Refinement. Interesting. It is only the recognition and acceptance of opposing energies that we can, or it is only in the recognition and acceptance of opposing energies that we can attain true balance and unity within ourselves and our environment. Yeah. I was kind of getting that. There's a bit of a push-pull here. It's kind of, I said an antithesis earlier. And I'm really feeling that that's still, you're kind of saying, yeah, it doesn't make sense that I still want this person back. And it doesn't make sense that I would still have emotion for this person, but yeah, I still do. And maybe that's where the catch-22 is. Refinement. Refine your approach to this, I would say. It's only in the recognition of acceptance of opposing energies. You can go ahead and say, yeah, I accept this doesn't make sense, but I'm going to do it anyway. Honestly, I do that a lot. Yeah. All right, guys. That is what I have for you, Gemini. Interesting reading. I would love to know how and if it resonates with you. By the way, guys, the sale over on Etsy has ended, but if you ever want a personal reading with yours truly, just hop on over there. It's in the link of on the homepage and in the link of every video that goes up, all right, in the description box. All right, Cancer, you're up next, my Cancerians. All right, ladies. And then I need to pick which next deck. By the way, yeah, I had somebody ask me, how many decks do you have? And honestly, I don't know. I've lost count. Yeah. All right. Cancer. Let's go ahead and see what is the overall energy for you for the full moon here. The Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Do we want to continue to invest in this? What have we learned from the past? Is it time for me to stop and take a breather and see if anything is going to grow from this? Yeah, the moon underneath the bottom of the deck, Cancer and Piscean energy. There's an uncertainty about how this is all going to turn out. The Two of Wands. I feel like you're waiting until some of this confusion clears up before you go ahead and make a decision. And you're holding yourself back. Strength. The Seven of Swords. I feel like, yeah, there are some unknowns here. I'm feeling that. The Moon. The Seven of Pentacles, a pause. The Seven of Swords. Sevens are about pause. It's about contemplation. It's about, should I continue going down this path? The Two of Wands is about standing at a crossroads. Leo energy here and strength. It could be a Cancer Leo cusp, but does not have to be. All right. How about this one? There you go. All right, guys. So, Cancer, if you would like a more in-depth personal reading with me, make sure that you take a look in the description box down below. Guys, make sure that you're subscribed, that you like, do all the things so that I can connect with your energy. All right. The Seven of Pentacles. Make sure that these are If you know me, I have a habit of turning the cards around in the wrong direction. All right. What is it that we need to let go of, ladies? What is it that we need to let go of for my Cancerians? Whoa. Okay. 7 of Swords. Okay. Whatever that is, 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords. You're very resistant to something. And it could be about, if you know that there's something that is shady AF in your environment, I feel like you're putting up your boundary against it. I feel like you're saying, yeah, this is not something that I'm willing to let within my sphere of reference. 777. Lots of sevens here. Whatever is going on here, that's, yeah, a divinely guided number. You're really kind of saying, I'm trusting the universe on this, and I feel like the universe is coming through. It may be actually keeping you in a state of halt at the moment so that you can see things clearly, because with that with the moon underneath the bottom of the deck, it's like, yeah, there are still some things that I know I'm missing. I know that there are some things that are hiding that I'm not entirely certain of. I can just feel it. Remember, the moon also talks about intuition, signs, synchronicities, dreams, even. 7 of Swords. What you need to let go of. If this is self-doubt, and the 7 of Swords can be self-doubt, self-sabotage, stop yourself from doing that. I mean, that's common sense, right? Take things a little bit slower. You may be rushing to the finish line, to that 10 of Pentacles, but it may not be advisable to move so fast. Take some time to slow down just a bit. With all of these 7s, it's in the center of, like, taking a break, taking a pause period. All right? Weighing your options about what's happened in the past and what you're getting ready to continue. Charlie Mike, what your mission you're continuing on. How to reach your full potential. How to reach your full potential. The 5 of Cups. Okay, all right. 5 of Cups and the King of Cups. You're going to have to, there is something here that you need to let go of that was shady AF. And I feel like it's been keeping you in a state of suspended animation for quite some time. What's coming to the light right now? It's also been keeping you in the doldrums. I feel like it's been keeping you in a state of going back to, and yeah, temperance and judgment. You're going to have to release this in order to heal. Point blank period, end of sentence. We had, yeah. No decision is a decision. If you've been waiting on things to get better, if you've been waiting on somebody who has been not necessarily upfront with you, I don't necessarily see that that's going to get any better. What I do see is you processing your grief here. The King of Cups is very well adept at taking a look at his emotions and saying, okay, what can I learn from this 5 of Cups that I'm experiencing the sadness, remorse, and regret? What is it that I learned from this? Did I learn anything from it? You had to have learned something from it. Whenever we go through a period of reflecting on mistakes that we've made in the past, maybe this was you in the 7 of Swords here. Maybe this was you who kept someone away at bay because of the unknowns, because you were afraid that they were going to deceive you, hurt you, whatever the case is, and you missed out on a good opportunity. I could definitely see that here. Temperance, judgment, let it go. Let it go. Stop. Whatever this is, I don't know, work, finance, emotional, a person, place, thing, animal, plant. Allow yourself to grieve the past and set it free. It didn't mature past the 7 of Pentacles. That's okay. Whether it was due to their deception, your deception, or deception from an outside entity or person, an influence that you are unable to control. The 6 of Pentacles underneath the bottom of the deck. The 8 of Pentacles. I feel like you are an 8 of Swords. Careful that you don't stay stuck in this, I'm trying to distract myself by giving to a work situation. I'm burying myself in work so that I don't have to worry about being stuck in the mind. I can put all of that, I can put all of my thought behind work. I could definitely see you doing that. I'm just saying. With it, and it's very, that's, Cancer, you feel really, really deeply. You really do. My husband's Libra. Or Libra. I always do that. Venus is in Cancer, is Cancerian. I feel like, yeah, you're gonna have to make the strength to make the choice to accept the things that you cannot change. The unknowns here with the moon. Cancer and Piscean energy, your energy, strength, Leo energy. Yeah. This is about kind of moving on, processing the information that you have and moving on, not allowing it to keep you stuck in a constant state of what if. Should I have waited longer? Connection. By journeying within and connecting with your innermost self, you unlock the boundless gifts and potential. You unlock boundless gifts and potential. Yeah, there are emotions of sadness, remorse, and regret that you've been not wanting to really dip your toes into. And I don't blame you. Nobody ever wants to go back to a place where there's a feeling of shame or guilt. But sometimes we need to, in order to heal, release it, and move on. It's all part of the healing journey, which is why we see so many unhealed people out in the world today, is because nobody likes to do the healing work. We just don't. It's not fun. It really isn't. All right. Moving on to Leo. Leo. All right, guys. I will be doing these readings more often, the live readings, so make sure, and I do have more readings that are scheduled for upcoming lives as well. And I do enjoy doing just like tea time with me, and where I do a general reading about the energy at that very moment. Whatever comes through, comes through. All right, so watch out for those. Make sure that your notification bells are turned on, all right, so that you can be notified when and if I go live. The more comfortable that I get going live, the more comfortable I get talking to you guys without having the ability to edit. Yeah. I used to be really, really good at it whenever I was on TV and doing things in the public eye. But I've kind of lost my confidence in that area. Getting it back though. All right. And that's another case of doing something that makes you uncomfortable so that you can grow and expand. All right. For my Leos, my daughter, she is a feisty little Leo. 5 of Pentacles. All right, you're dealing with somebody that has gone ghost, or you're dealing with something that you don't want to give any more time, effort, and attention to. The 4 of Wands. This is not the first time that I've seen this for you. The World, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio, and the 3 of Cups. You've given up on something here. You've shut the door on coming back home to something, reconciling with something. I feel like you've accepted that something is over, that the door is firmly closed, locked, and cannot be reopened. I feel like you're searching for stability here and joy in whatever way that you can find it. I also feel as if this, whatever this 4 of Wands, 3 of Cups is, whether or not this was a thought of a reconciliation, underneath the bottom of the deck are the subconscious energies. So this is not necessarily something that's going to come out. It's something that you may not even know yourself. That's why I look underneath the bottom of the deck. I feel like you're abandoning this. You're saying, yeah, the time has come and gone. I cannot reopen this door anymore. And maybe you don't want to, even. Funny. All right. You know, whenever you get enough time and space from something, you say, I really, actually, I don't want that anymore. Okay. All right. What do we need to let go of, please, ladies? The 5 of Pentacles. You've got to be freaking kidding me. And the 3 of Cups. Okay. I'm not kidding. 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. What is underneath the bottom of the deck is now coming out in a completely different deck. I love my spirit guides. They are so freaky sometimes. Do you guys have some interesting Halloween encounters? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, you're giving up on whatever this is. Don't give up on joy in totality. Don't give up on the ability to experience joy. Don't give up on the potential of joy. I feel like this one door, though, is closed to you. And it was something that you may have been waiting on. Maybe you said one day, someday. But I feel like you're at a place where you're saying, this is not going to happen. And I need to go ahead and come to terms with that. I need to go ahead and accept the fact that this reconciliation, that whatever this is, and it could be within a home, it could be between you and a parent, it could be between you and a sibling. It does not have to be romantic. Could have been a job that you wanted to go back to. All right? The door is shut. It's time for you to go ahead and move on. How we can reach our full potential. So let's go ahead and see what we're moving on to. Now that we've already cut this out. Okay, death and rebirth. Death and rebirth. Scorpionic energy. I don't know how. I don't know when. I don't know what it's going to be. But I just know that things have to change. Okay? If nothing changes, nothing changes. And we sit and we wonder why things are not getting any better. It's because we're not putting one foot in front of the other. We're not taking the first step. We're not doing the inner work that we need to in order to change things. I hear people complain all the time, or I used to, whenever I was a therapist. But I don't understand. I'm doing everything that I need to do, and they're not changing. Or this isn't changing. And I'm saying, well, you know what? Sometimes we can't change other people. The only thing that we can do, the only person that we can affect is ourselves. And it's hard work. Sometimes we give up before we even take that first step. The trick is to just keep going. Sometimes you don't even know where it's going to end up, what you're going to transform your life into, but you keep going. Eventually, you will get there. You will. Scorpionic energy. Man, Scorpio is really hitting. And I think it's just because of the season. Taurus, even though this is your full moon, man, I have not seen a lot of Taurian cards. What's coming to the light right now? What is coming to the light right now? The Page of Pentacles. You still need to learn something. Or it could be a message. Again, the Empress. Okay, the Empress. I was going to say, this card is so deceiving. I like this deck. I do. But this one card is deceiving. It always gets me. The Empress. You need to learn more about your worth and your value. There are some times whenever you need to just allow things to come to you and not chase, especially after a door has been closed. All right, you keep knocking on a closed door and no one answers. You're just the idiot that's sitting out there knocking on a closed door. The neighbors are calling the cops, and then you're having to explain why you're still standing there, waiting for somebody to answer, when clearly nobody's home or no one wants to talk to you. The Star underneath the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is healing. I do. And intuitively, you know that it's time for a change. Ooh, damn. The bottom of the deck is hitting hard with all major arcana. Underneath the bottom of the deck, in your subconscious, you really do know that it's time for you to heal. Heal yourself. And I feel like this is strongly connected to the death. Aquarian energy. Cancer and Piscean energy here in the High Priestess. Again, pay attention to signs and synchronicities. If you're uncertain about what needs to change, take a look at where you've been, take a look at where you're going, and take a look at the signs that are leading you down the road toward the Star. And the Wheel of Fortune, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. Judgment underneath the bottom of the deck. You're going to have to make some choices along the way. You cannot, again, learn when to allow things to come to you and learn when to let go of expecting things to come to you. You may be saying, I deserve this message, or I deserve this person to come back and give me an apology. This person may be saying, I don't know you shit. And that's entirely their right. It depends on what happened here. Again, person, place, or thing, place it as it resonates. We always go to relationship whenever we're thinking about these types of situations, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. This could be you in general. I feel like it has to do with you as a person and your evolution as a soul. Judgment. What can you let go of? What can you make a judgment call on now that you want to actively set into motion to change? The Wheel of Fortune. Judgment, Scorpionic energy. There's a ton of Scorpionic energy here in this reading. Taurus and Libra here in the Empress. Venusian energy. The Moon, Cancer and Pisces in the High Priestess. Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio here in the Wheel. Aquarius here in the Star. Death, Scorpionic energy. Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio here in the World. The World and the Wheel of Fortune together. This is like a portal. It's an opportune moment that the universe is throwing you that is saying, okay, you have a shot. You have an opportunity to make the right choice, to change the things that you want to change, and the wisdom to know the difference. So go for it. You may not get this chance again anytime soon. All right. So if you want it, when you're ready, come and get it. Yeah, da 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 da. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. I felt like going after those things that need changing. But maybe you're saying, I need to hold off on that. I need to hold off on that. I'm feeling a lot of excuse type energy. Adaptability. Embrace the transformative power of change. What the F? Yeah. For it's through your ability to adapt and evolve that you can connect with the divine flow of the universe. Trust where this is taking you. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune in and of itself is about trusting in the divine flow of time. It's about fate and destiny. It's about saying, I don't exactly know what changes or what this change is going to bring in, but I do know that it's going to be for my best and highest good because I set my intentions, that or something better. All right? We talk about this whenever we talk about manifestation. If you guys have been around for any length of time, then you know what I mean whenever I talk about manifesting from a higher consciousness, a higher state of being. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at Virgo. Virgo. All right. So Virgo. And this would be me. Make sure that you watch your moon, your rising, and your Venus as well, guys. Especially your moon, because this is, and I am an Aquarian moon, so a lot of times, and my husband is too, so a lot of times whenever I'm wanting to know more about my emotions, and I'm a very emotional person, so my emotions sometimes resonate with me. Aquarius sometimes resonates with me and my situation personally better than my sun sign. You may find that whenever you go through your chart and you look at your moon, your rising, and your Venus, that another sign represents you a bit better, that the message comes through a bit clearer because you're operating from that area of your chart most of the time. All right, Virgo, let's see what is going on, the overall energy for this full moon. All right, for you, we have the Three of Pentacles and we have the Lovers. It's getting on the same page with someone. Yes, I do feel like this is a connection. The Lovers, Gemini energy. The Queen of Wands underneath the bottom of the deck, the High Priestess, and the Page of Cups. Okay. For some of you, yeah, I feel like you're wanting to take passionate action. You've been nurturing some sort of a creative project. You're listening to your intuition for the right time to give a little bit of love to this. For others of you, this could be somebody that you do desperately want to be on the same page with, and you're waiting to have a conversation with this person. The High Priestess. You're paying attention to signs and synchronicities. You may be hearing things pop up on the radio. You may be seeing their name, dates of significance, whatever the case is, but you carry a torch for this person. There is passion here. There definitely is. Okay. All right, let's get into it, guys. So this is in regards to a relationship, Virgo. You're the first one that I can definitively say that this is a relationship. Yes, it can be about a choice. But in this context, I feel like this is a relationship. Being on the same page with someone. Okay, so what do we need to let go of? What do we need to let go of? What do I need to let go of? What do you need to let go of? The Four of Pentacles, something that you've been holding on to, something that you have a very fixed stance on. Okay. This could also be about you withholding from a certain situation. This could also be about you refusing to let go of a specific point that you see as stable. All right. The Three of Pentacles to the Four of Pentacles. I mean, at least we're making progress. The Page of Swords. You're trying to figure out what it is that is what you need to let go of, is trying to figure out what is stable and what is not. Virgo, don't be too focused on the stability of something. Don't be too, I know. I have to work on this myself, because the South Node is in Virgo. It's about what we need to let go of. So structured. So by the butt. Maybe this will be one of those things that you're saying, yeah, we have to be on the same page about everything. No, you don't. You, as an individual, have the right to be wrong, and so does the person that you are with. All right? You have the ability to agree to disagree. All right? We all fundamentally have that right. Okay, how to reach your full potential. How to reach your full potential. The Three of Pentacles. Okay, I see that you're wanting to do the right thing and be on the same page in regards to something. Joy, what makes you happy? How to reach your full potential is just to be freaking happy. So happy together. I can't be with nobody but you for all my life. All right, what's coming to the light right now? What is coming to the light right now? What is it that we need to know? The Four of Swords. Sometimes you just gotta step back and take a break. Take a breather. Yeah, the Six of Wands. Take a break from being right all the time. Sorry. It's right here on the cards. You may have to give a little bit. Give a little bit. Yeah. Even if it does make you a little bummed out. Well, I mean, the Four of Cups is not like the best card in the cuppage area. But yeah, I feel like in order to be on the same page with someone, you're gonna have to concede. I may not be able to get my way this whole entire time. What is it that I am willing to, whenever it comes to making a point, what is it that I'm willing to pick your battles of an emotional nature? The Ace of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You have the ability to discern what is worth spilling your emotions for, and what is worth just saying, okay, all right, I accept that this may not go my way, and I could be disappointed about this. Maybe I'm a little bummed out by it, but you know what? For the good of the family, for the good of the relationship, for the good of the connection, I am going to just go ahead and say, yeah, okay, you know what? Whatever, I'll go with it. 333, by the way, coming out in the cards. All right, guys. I am going to take a quick break if I can find the... Where is the thing to do that? Shit. Okay, there we go. I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be back. Alrighty, guys, I am back. Let's go ahead and move on to Libra. My Venus is in Libra. So let's go ahead and take a look at you guys. Seventh house. Sorry, my sister is a Libra. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the overall energy for my Librans for the full moon in Taurus. All right, guys, make sure that you like, that you subscribe, that you hit the notification bell so that you catch the next time that I am going live. All right, guys, judgment. You're being asked to make a judgment call. Scorpionic energy. This whole reading has been dominated by the season of death and rebirth. Okay. I am okay. I'm looking at the bottom of the deck, and I'm already seeing the Seven of Swords. Oh. Intuitively, I want to tell you that you've got to make a decision if there is something that you can afford to look past. If there were lies, deception, cheating, anything that was nefarious, that was deceptive in a relationship, in a in a workplace, in any area of your life, are you able to look past that, release it, and let it go? The Page of Swords. Gathering information. All right. Okay. Seven of Swords. Knight of Wands. King of Cups. I feel like, yeah, there was someone here that presented themselves as a King of Cups, but acted in a Knight of Wands type of way. Suspicious. Okay. This person may have had other options and did not let you know. Person may have been dating someone else and did not let you know. The Page of Swords that came out earlier, I feel like you're trying to gain information on whether or not you can let this go, or whether or not you need to make a judgment call and set this person free once and for all. All right, what is it that we need to let go of? The Page of Wands. I want to say, yeah, the Empress. What would it have been like for me to be your Empress, for me to get what it was that I know that I'm worthy of? Damn. Okay. Let's see here. How to reach your full potential. Guys, this is just me a lot of times whenever I go through this, thinking out loud. The Queen of Wands. How to reach your full potential is to really not care about what anybody else thinks. Yeah, take control of your life. All right, what's coming to the light right now? What is coming to the light right now? The Four of Swords. Time for a break. Time for a nap. I mean, seriously. I think they actually have that Oracle card in some deck. Time for a nap. Prayer. All right, talk with your higher power. Whatever that is. Seek spiritual guidance. Seek wisdom. Take a time out. If this is you dating and you are on a mission, and I don't mean this in a negative way. If you're on a mission to find your divine partner, I mean, I see honestly that you've been going about this with a fervor. It may be time for you to just allow this to come to you. For you to allow divine timing to play a role. I don't want to say like you may be having a spiritual awakening here, or coming to the knowledge and the wisdom. Judgment can be that, okay? Like a call from above. It's not yet time, or this is not the right person. The Emperor and the Empress here coming out. I feel like you really thought this person could be the person for you. The yin to your yang, the animus to the animus, your Emperor to your Empress. But I feel like something went terribly wrong. I feel like you found out that this was entirely not the case. What you need to let go of is, I feel like there is still work that needs to be done whenever it comes to your vibration. I also feel like, yeah, you're playing two sides of the same coin here. You've integrated your masculine and your feminine, but it's about acknowledging and learning when to chase and when to allow, when to receive. Remember, the Emperor goes after what it is that he wants. The Empress knows her worth and her value, and she allows things to come to her. But you've got the Queen of Wands here, and you've got the Emperor. Your motor is running. You want to go chase whatever this is. But I feel like you're saying, no, I really, honestly, I wonder what it would be like if I didn't chase and I just allowed things to come to me. Maybe you're always the one who is chasing. The Four of Swords. Take a damn break. Swords are of the mind, in the mindscape. The Hierophant. Taurus and Libra energy. I could also say this does not have to be an officiant or a religious person. This does not have to be a higher power. This could be tradition in general. All right? This could be you saying, I need a divine life partner. Says who? Can you not do this on your own? No, it's not that I don't want to, or it's not that I can't. It's that I don't want to. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Let's be open and honest about this. Why is it that you're feeling the way that you do? Because I was told that this is the way that it is, that you find your divine life partner and that's how it goes. Well, I feel like you've been trying to find that King of Cups and you've been ending up with Knight of Wands, or you have been the Knight of Wands searching for, and it's been a bit, yeah, I don't want to say deceptive, but it feels calculated to a point where, like, yeah, I'm searching high and low. Why the rush? Why the rush? All right, Taurus and Libra, Capricorn and Aries, Taurus and Libra, and again, Judgment, Scorpionic energy. We're not going to have a single reading that does not have Scorpio in here. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces here in the King of Cups. Underneath the bottom of the deck, we do have the Eight of Pentacles. You've been working hard. Oh, the Three of Swords and the Three of Wands. You have been working hard to move on from a heart-wrenching situation here. Something that did not go the way that you planned. Again, I'm going to stick with my first gut, my first intuitive nudge here. I feel like you had someone that presented themselves as your King of Cups, but in fact were acting in a Knight of Wands way. Okay. Compassion. As a divine being woven from the fabric of the universe, you are infinitely worthy of boundless love, grace, and compassion that flows through all creation. This is about, again, I feel like some of you may be saying, I know my worth and my value, and this is not it. You may have to go ahead and take a break from trying to find whatever this is. If I were to just take a look at this and say, Empress, Emperor, Hierophant, you're going after marriage. You're going after a high level of commitment. You are going after the one, not any one, the one. Don't rush it. I'm gonna be so cheesy here and say good things come to those who wait. And it is very true. I was, 30 years old whenever I found my divine life partner. It took a while. The universe was like, no, you gotta clear up past karmic debts. Sometimes that happens. It sucks. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but yeah, especially for you, Libra, because you relationship. Yeah, I understand. I know. All right, guys. Moving on to Scorpio. Happy birthday to my Scorpios. You guys have been showing up in almost every reading. Your energy is very redolent right now. Okay, they're telling me that's enough. All right. What is the overall energy for Scorpio? What are the chances that we get one of your cards? No, the Fool. Aries and Aquarius energy. It's time for a new beginning. Some of the readings that I've been getting for you lately have been, a bit difficult. I feel like it's finally time for the Fool is a held breath on the edge of a cliff, waiting to take the leap and start creating something new for yourself. It is card 0. The possibility of anything. Aries and Aquarius energy. Underneath the bottom of the deck, you've been nurturing a lot of emotion here. The King of Pentacles, King of Wands. Okay. Are these different facets of you? Or are you ready to finally take a leap of faith with one of these two persons? Because I'm seeing 2 court cards here. You could have a choice between 2 people. The King of Wands is someone who is very passionate and goal-oriented, very driven, very creative. The King of Pentacles, very down to earth. You're kind of, I don't see a lot of you here underneath the bottom of the deck. Queen of Cups, I will say. I feel like you've been nurturing your emotion for something. It could be for someone here. Yeah, very much. A King of Wands or a King of Pentacles. Regardless of gender, someone who's very stable and someone who's very passionate. These could be both attractive qualities that you're wanting. If I were to put these all together, you basically want someone who is loving, stable, and passionate. Don't we all? Oh, but I will tell you this, Scorpio. If you are waiting on like the person who checks all of those boxes, don't be like Virgo. I say that as a Virgo. I'm just saying, like, don't have like a list of things that need to be checked off criteria. I'll know more once I get into the reading. Hold on, guys. Don't start yelling at me quite yet. I'm afraid of you, Scorpios. What do I need to know? What do we need to let go? What do we need to let go? The 4 of Swords. Okay. It's time for you to come out of hiding, whatever this is. Ooh, okay, the Hangman. That makes sense. You've been trying to gain enlightenment here. There you are. Scorpionic energy, death. It's time for change. Okay, the healing is done. It's now time for change. This kind of tracks with what I've been seeing for you guys for the past several readings over on Sacred Light Tarot. By the way, that channel is no longer operating, so don't go over there. But, yeah. I feel like you're finally time to take flight, or it's finally time for you to take flight, to go ahead and set off on this new adventure, this new path. How to reach your full potential. How to reach your full potential. King of Pentacles. Okay, so you are doubling down on your stability here. You're focusing permanently on your stability. The Hermit, Virgo energy. Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn here in the King of Pentacles. All right, Leo, Sag, and Aries here in the King of Wands. I do feel like you're going within to figure out what makes you feel stable. All right, how you can master your own stability. What is coming to the light? The Page of Cups. Piscean energy, and the 8 of Cups. Okay. You have faith and hope that you're going to get to the 10 of Cups. Now, the 8 of Cups can be walking away from something, and he is, in fact, walking away from something. But there is a part that a lot of times gets left out of the tarot packet. In classical tarot, he's walking toward the 10 of Cups. He's going in search of the 2 missing cups. Yes, he does have to leave those 8 cups behind in order to go find what he needs to make the 10 of Cups. But ultimately, he is journeying, and the journey is not easy. It's quite difficult. But he is journeying to go find his 10 of cups. The 9 of wands, the 5 of you're having to push through a lot here. And I've been saying this in your readings, like I said. Yeah, there's sadness, remorse, and regret. There's healing here with temperance underneath the bottom of the deck. You may be saying, am I ready to go ahead and say, it's time for me to move on from this 5 of cups, whatever it is? Yeah, I think it is. And that could be what, if you're saying that the 8 of cups is you walking away from something, I think it's you offering an apology, maybe even to yourself, being kind to yourself. And I feel like you're pulling yourself up by the bootstraps here with the King of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Swords. You're figuring out that you have all of this inside of you. You have the ability to passionately move forward. You have the ability to master your own stability. There's no reason why you cannot take this leap of faith. Aries and Aquarius energy, Scorpio in the death, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus here in the King of Pentacles, the Hermit, Virgo energy, Leo, Sag, and Aries here in the King of Wands. Sagittarian energy here in Temperance. All right, Scorpio, that is what I have for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at your oracle. We have prevailing. Yeah, stand firm in your belief and trust in the guidance of the universe. Know that you will emerge stronger and more resilient than ever. I will say, I am exactly the same way. My Lilith, Scorpio is in my Lilith. And so, yeah, she's one tough cookie. Moving forward, despite all of the odds, yeah, it's one thing that we do. We persevere, we overcome, and we keep moving. Charlie Mike, right? Adapt and overcome. It's one thing that I have learned over the years is that I can sit idly by and I can wait for things to improve, or I can get out there and I can start improving things for myself. One thing at a time, one step at a time, one active action at a time. All right, guys. All right, Sagittarius. Moving on. My Saggies. My husband's rising is Sagittarius. All right, guys. Sagittarius, what is the overall energy for this full moon in Taurus? Remember, we're talking about stability whenever it comes to this. And it's going to be a super full moon, guys. It's going to be the biggest super moon of this year. Save the best for last. Can you believe that it's already freaking November? Yeah, I know, right? All right, the overall energy for Sag. For my Sages. King of Cups, you deep in your feelings. Okay. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces could have any of those in your chart. Page of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. I am sensing, you've been waiting to reconcile with someone here and you want it to be successful. Success and victory. Should I speak at this or should I not? It feels like you've been planning on this. It feels like you've been thinking about it. The 7 of Pentacles. It's like, okay, I've planted the seed. I've gotten up to this point. I just haven't. Does this person know how you feel? Because I feel like you're about to let them know. And be very in control of your emotions here with the King of Cups. The King of Cups is very much in control of his emotions. I feel like you're focusing on the practical applications of this, practicality, the stability of it here with the, Pentacles, time, effort, energy, a message of, hey, how are you? But the 3 of Cups, I feel like this could potentially be reconciliatory energy that we're taking a look at. I'm not going to speak on that just yet until I start clarifying. All right, guys? So let's go ahead and jump in. So, ladies, if you would please, for my Sagittarians, for my Saggies, what is it that we need to know for our best and highest good? I always ask for our best and highest good because it may not be what you want to hear, but it may be what you need to hear. Some people don't like that, but it is what it is. All right, what is it that we need to let go of? What is it that we need to let go of? King of Swords. Okay. Knight of Cups. All right. Planning, talking through, and over analyzing. King of Swords. All right. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You're getting like every sign but your own. The Knight of Cups. Yeah. You're like you're really I see you here with the Seven of Pentacles. This is something that is like strategic. This is like a special ops reconciliation. Sag, what is going on here? I really want to know, because this is like yeah, you're taking this very seriously, exceptionally serious. How to reach your full potential. The Five of Wands. Well, okay. I mean, if there is conflict and competition, then you may have to fight for this. The Star. Yeah, god damn. I mean, yeah. All right. You see this as your guiding light, your ultimate wish fulfillment, whatever this is. This could be work. All right. This could be something that you've gotten to a point where you've put a lot of time, effort, and energy into this, and you just have to figure out how to move forward in an effective emotional manner. Don't forget the joy. I'm hearing. They're telling you, don't forget the joy. Okay, don't forget the joy. Don't forget to have fun. Aquarian energy here in the start. You could have Aquarius in your chart. Don't have to, but I'm just saying. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. Heavy Aquarian energy is kind of what I'm getting at here. All right, what's coming to the light at this moment? What is coming to the light? What do we need to know? The Two of Swords. Okay, all right. So you feel blocked, or yeah, okay. Wow. Yeah, oh, ouch. All right. There's something here that has ended. If this is a reconciliation, if this is something that was a painful ending, what is coming to the light right now is that you've been blocking this out. You've been looking at this through rose-colored glasses. You've been dreaming about this person. You have been in your emotions about this motherfucker. You have been sitting here saying, I know this is the person that I want to give my cup to. I am willing to fight for this because this is my wish fulfillment. You've got this person up on a pedestal. Do they deserve to be there? Because I'm seeing here that you're kind of blocking this out. Hey, Marilee, I'm so glad that you're over here. I truly, truly am. I was hoping y'all would follow. The Hermit, Virgo energy. So yeah, you're kind of internalizing this as personal wish fulfillment. But then we've got the Five of Cups here. So it's almost like you're saying, yeah, I'm choosing to put lipstick on a pig, paint a dog turd, spray paint a dog turd with sparkles, and call it a cupcake. Because in my mind's eye, I don't want to see that this was painful. I want to see that this person is in fact personal wish fulfillment. You got personal wish fulfillment painted all over this person, but do they deserve it? I don't feel like they do. The Five of Pentacles. In fact, I feel like this motherfucker left you out in the cold. All right. Deep mysteries. Trust that even if you don't understand the reasons for this challenge, believe it's guiding you toward divine growth and evolution. So shall it be. All right, if you want to go ahead and block this out and pretend like it never happened, go forward and ask this person if they want to reconcile. Now, I will tell you, now, if this was them that did this to you, you're doing yourself a disservice. If this was you who did this to them, be prepared for that conflict, competition. Prepare for them to fight back prepare for some words whenever you come back around and you say, I want to make this up to you. Because I feel like you're not really seeing the damage that was done. The Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. Maybe you are regretful that you ghosted this person. Maybe you're saying, I shouldn't have done that. Go forward. Anyway, go ahead. Try your luck. But I feel like, honestly, this is a great opportunity for you to learn that some things cannot be undone. The Hermit, Virgo energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here in the King of Cups. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius here in the King of Swords. Aquarian energy here in the Star. kind of a bit of a rough message for you there, Sag. I understand that you are trying to get this person's attention and that you do want this to be successful, but some things just can't be blocked out. You might be able to, this person may not. This person may be able to, you may not. Okay? Roles can be reversed, crosswatcher. You keep that in mind, all right? Okay, guys. And this is the season. This is the season of Mercury retrograde. Yeah, we're like firm in it here in 2 days time, 3 days time, something like that. We're definitely in the very firm in the pre-shadow. All right. That was Sag. Moving on to Capricorn and Cappies. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look. Capricorn. What is the overall energy for the Taurus new moon or full moon? Remember, guys, this is going... If you have the opportunity to get out there and go watch this moon rise, I damn sure would. I have to take a look at the weather, and believe me, Kiddo and Thomas and I will be out there watching the moon rise. All right, for my Capricorns. Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces at the very end. You guys always throw me a curveball, so I'm interested to see what's gonna come up this time. All right, we have the Four of Wands. House, home, family, a celebration, marriage, whatever this means to you. Can mean a lot of different things. Honestly, it's 4 corner posts that have the potential to become a house and a home. Let's see here. We have the Queen of Pentacles underneath the bottom of the deck. Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn energy. Nurturing stability after a heartbreak. I feel like you're trying to rebuild. God damn. Okay. And the Tower. Scorpio and Aries energy. I feel like you're trying to rebuild after. Yeah, you're definitely focused on yourself, your own stability. You're nurturing your own stability after whatever this was came in and demolished what you already had stabilized. A Tower wipes clean. Damn. Like I said, what did I just say? I didn't jinx myself. It's based on past experience. Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. You guys always throw me for a loop. I'm telling you. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. The Four of Wands, the Tower, Scorpio, and Aries. It was divinely guided, whatever this Tower was. I will tell you that. Now, I know it doesn't make it any easier for you, especially if this was a marriage or a high level of commitment. I'm not necessarily seeing that. What I am seeing, though, is that you thought this was stable. It turned out not to be. I feel like you are in the process of rebuilding, or this is your time to figure out what needs to be rebuilt. All right? And Capricorn, you are really, really good at that. I have no doubt that you'll be able to do this. All right, what you need to let go of, though. Let's go ahead and start there. What it is that we need to let go of. What is it that we need to let go of? I love the stick. Oh, the Eight of Pentacles. That's your card, Cappy. If you have been putting in the hard work, effort, and energy into something, even after, you know what, with this energy being underneath the bottom of the deck yet, I'm not entirely sure that this Tower has happened yet. This very well could be predictive. I mean, we are talking about, and my intentions are set for the full moon, which is on the 5th in 3 days. So this may not have happened yet. Seven of Swords. You may be trying to work to overcome some sort of lie, deception. In worst case, unfaithful activity. Yeah. How to reach your full potential. How to reach your full potential. You may be trying to stop this Tower from falling, honestly. The Knight of Cups. An apology. I mean, I'm just saying, an apology, and the King of Cups. Yeah. Really pour your heart out, your emotions. Go through it line by line, step by step. How you feel. If you really do want this to... If you really do want to avoid this Tower, and I will say that Towers are meant to give you a cosmic restart. It is fated and destined and divine. It is supposed to come tumbling down. You may be stalling the inevitable. I'm just letting you know. What's coming to the light right now? Honestly, I would say how to reach your full potential is to lead with your heart. Whatever your heart is telling you to do, whatever your emotions are guiding you to do, follow that. The Two of Cups. All right, what's coming to the light right now? The Knight of Swords and the Two of Cups. I feel like you're questioning the same thing. Is this someone that I have a connection with? Can I trust this person? Can I trust this connection? Is this something that I really do want to continue to give my time, effort, and energy to? Do I want to continue to work on this? Or is this, I feel like your mind is going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. What's coming to the light may be that you have been chasing the illusion of a divine partnership that does not exist. I know that is very hard for you to hear, but the Tower, the Three of Swords, just know that this reset is going to help you to work from a blank slate, to rebuild. The Seven of Pentacles, yep. The Ace of Swords, and the Lovers. Gemini energy. The Ace of Swords, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. You have clear vision. You know, you've got knowledge and clarity about what you want to invest in whenever it comes to matters of the heart. Here with the Lovers. In a connection. What you want in a connection. What you want to plant seeds. What kind of soil you want to plant seeds in. What kind of crops you want to grow within a relationship. Is it purely emotional? Is it purely, I feel like for you, it's stability. This is a caveat that goes for everyone. If you're trying to build a stable relationship for the sake of stability, for the sake of we have so many things in common, we have a nice portfolio together, and that is it. My parents have that type of relationship, that type of marriage. But they're forever searching for joy, happiness, and emotion. It doesn't always work out the way that you hoped. It may be stable AF, but it's missing some key components. It's going to leave you in a state of, maybe this wasn't as stable as I thought it was. Maybe underneath the surface, the Tower is the heartbreak of knowing that this is not stable after all. We're just pretending like it is. The Seven of Swords. It could be the lies that we tell ourselves. I'm continuing to work on this because I have faith this is stable. Dude, I'm continuing to work on this because I am the provider for this home, but my heart's not in it. How to reach your full potential is to really go within and figure out what your emotions are attempting to tell you. Ooh. All right, Capricorn, that's what I have for you. I'm sorry. Potential. Yeah, I feel like you did see the potential in this. That's so crazy. I love my spirit guides. They are bang on amazing ladies. I can see you right behind the camera, and they are absolutely amazing. Dreams are a sacred message from the universe. They are the seeds of your highest potential. More than that, I'm seeing the cup and I'm seeing the moon above this. You may have some intuition that this is not, that this, you're investing in this for the potential of it, not necessarily for the, you may see potential, but you may not see clearly exactly what this is. Remember, potential is not always achievable. It has the potential to, I have the potential to be to actually grow this channel. I do have the potential to do that. If I put in the hard work, the effort, the energy, the time. But if my heart's not in it, just like Sacred Light Tarot, my heart was not in it, and I started losing that, then it wasn't as stable as I thought it was going to be. I saw the potential of it getting there, but every time that I would take 2 steps forward, I would get 1 step back. This is my last ditch effort as far as time, effort, and energy is concerned in the tarot community. Just FYI, in case any of you wanted to know or cared. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Aquarius. All right, Aqua, this is my moon. So, all right, the Queen of Swords. What are we having an honest conversation about, or what is it that we are realizing? Queen of Swords is the only one with her head above the clouds, indicating that she can see clearly. Yeah, it's you. Well, actually, it's Libra, but yeah, we'll call it air energy. Either way. All right. Let's see here. The Page of Wands. Okay. Could be sending out a message. You could be wanting to know what is beyond what it is that you see. Or you're seeing that there is a need for you to discover something new, to take a leap of faith. Judgment. To call something back from the past, or to let something go once and for all. And I've been seeing this in your readings for quite some time. It feels like we get to this point and something changes up. I almost want to know what that is. If you guys are able to let me know in the comments, I would greatly appreciate it, because this is a repetitive message that I keep getting for you guys. Scorpionic energy, Aries and Aquarius here in the fold. Page of Wands. There's a desire to go ahead and take this new path, this new leap of faith. There's a desire to let go of the old way of doing things, or to call something back from the past, to revisit something. You see the way to do it. You see the desire for it, but for whatever reason, you're halting before you take that leap of faith. The Fool is the held breath before you take the leap off the cliff, and then you start manifesting, creating the world that you want. I feel like you get up to that point and stage fright takes over, or you say, I need more time to think about this jump, this leap. Again, I've been seeing this for you guys for months, and I get it. Pluto has been giving you hell. That Plutonic energy, and we're in Scorpio right now, which means that Pluto is highly activated, because Pluto is the ruling planet of of Scorpio. So, very talkative right now, and that grand water trine that we just had right now, you may be very much in your emotions. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the what you need to let go of. What is it that you've been holding on to that needs to? What do you need to let go of so that you can do this? The Wheel of Fortune, the need to control things, fear of change, a karmic cycle that you continue to. That would make sense. You keep going on the same, you haven't learned the lesson, and you keep going around the same wheel. Hoping that next rotation, the carousel, you're going to have a different horse, or it's going to go faster, or something's going to be different about this. I feel like you're coming to a bit of I hope that at this point, you're kind of coming to a bit of a realization and seeing that this is not the way that it is. You can continue to do this forever if you want to. The choice is up to yours, but underneath the bottom of the deck, I see a yearning for something more. The Wheel of Fortune, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. What about the Wheel of Fortune? The King of Cups. You want change. You damn sure want change. Hey, Naveen. Hey, how are you? Blessed be. I'm good. You caught me again. All right. We are on Aquarius. We're almost done. All right. So, the King of Cups. Yeah, you want this. Emotionally, you want this. You want to break out of whatever this pattern is that you've been stuck in. Look, let's see. How can we do that? How can we reach our full potential? How can we do that? The Four of Cups. You're going to have to suck it up for a little while and accept some dissatisfaction. Yeah, Piscean energy, the Hanged Man here. It's going to require you to suspend disbelief and take a bit of a time out. Be patient. This is not, I mean, clearly this is not an overnight process, or we wouldn't be still having the same spread for over a month now. But I feel like you're going to have to accept your losses here. You're going to have to deal with some dissatisfaction for a small period of time. As uncomfortable as that might be, it's a small price to pay for you to get off of this hamster wheel that you have been on for quite some time. All right. What's coming to the light right now? The King of Wands. That you've got passion and drive to do this now, hopefully. All right. Why you throw a monkey wrench in here? But you're second guessing your intuition. Five of Swords to the High Priestess, Cancer and Piscean energy. You're second guessing your intuition. You're like, well, maybe my emotions are a bit clouded. Maybe I'm not seeing things. Oh, you're talking yourself out of this. Again, Judgment underneath the bottom of the deck, Scorpionic energy. As like begging you, will you please just Nine of Pentacles, invest in yourself and do what it is that you want to do for you. You showed me the Queen of Pentacles earlier about nurturing your stability. Do it. Invest into yourself. The Queen of Pentacles. Are you effing kidding me? I just said this. You got to come to a conclusion here. The Nine of Swords, this is stressing you out to a point where you cannot sleep. You want it so badly, but I feel like what's not being seen here, I honestly feel like, is that there's something here that you are karmically bound to, karmically tied to, and you have not yet learned your lesson. Whenever you come back to who you truly are, whenever you can see clearly who it is that you are, that Nine of Pentacles, your personal value and worth, I feel like that's whenever you are capable of seeing your way out of this cycle. But you got to make a judgment call. You need to wake up. I've been seeing this for quite some time. Your continual stressing over it is not doing anything to help. You've got to begin with a single step. And I see that here underneath the bottom of the main deck with the Page of Wands. One small step, getting out and seeing what it would be like to be on your own. The fact that we have the Nine of Pentacles here, yeah, I kind of feel like you're going from in a relationship to it's complicated. But this is a karmic partner that was meant to teach you something. And now that they have, it's time for you to go ahead and release them and let them go. Could be an earth sign. We have Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn here. We have Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio, the fixed signs, the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, the Hangman, Piscean energy, the King of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the High Priestess, Cancer and Piscean energy yet again, the Fool, Aries and Aquarius. And then we have Judgment, Scorpionic energy twice. You are literally being called up to see what you have not wanted to see. Acknowledge what you have not wanted to acknowledge. Stop burying your head in the sand and expecting this to just go away, because it's causing you to have stress and anxiety that really, quite honestly, you don't have to keep putting yourself through. You can hop off that wheel anytime that you want. Whenever you say, I learned my lesson, it's whenever it stops. Okay? Incarnation. Through the power of intention and ritual, we can open the divine spirit to guide and empower us. You know, the thing is that whatever ritual you choose, I see you in the comments there, Naveen, teach me how to be a wizard. I can't. It's not that easy. It's about feeling your way through. There's a channel that I can, there are a lot of different channels that I could recommend if you're interested in the craft in and of itself. That's one way for you to connect with the divine. If you have a deity that is calling out to you, work with them. If you are of a religious faith, whatever your higher power be, the truth is that we all have a spark of the divine in us, within us. We don't have to look to anyone else. It already exists inside of us. And within that spark, we have infinite power, and we have the ability to create our own reality. That's something that they don't teach you in Sunday school. All right. Moving on to Pisces. All right. Last one. You like challenge and thrill. So do I. I keep trying to get myself into trouble. I haven't yet. I know people are so afraid to get into. We'll chat here at the end. For anybody who's in the audience. Chat at the end. All right, Pisces. Let's go ahead and take a look at the overall energy for you for this Taurus super full moon. And by the way, guys, if you didn't notice, time changed. I mean, here in the US it did. The 10 of Wands, something is weighing you down. Big time. The Sun. Okay, it was in the reverse. I must have put it back in the deck that way, which is interesting because the Sun in the reverse means that you're not seeing something clearly. You're not able to see something clearly, or it's a general sense of unhappiness. Leo energy. The 5 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this is in your mind. You know that there's something that is on the precipice of ending, or this is a transformation of something. And I feel like, you're scared to go after what this is. But with this 10 of Wands here, there is something that needs to end, because I don't necessarily feel like you are very happy wherever it is that you're at in this process right now. What I see is you stressing the fuck out. Okay? Stressed AF is honestly what I'm saying. So, all right, let's see. What is it that Pisces, my Pisceans, need to know? My father-in-law was a Pisces. Rest in peace. I spoke with him last night, actually. Well, was it last night or the night before? Let's see. What do my Pisces need to release and let go of? What is it that my Pisces need to release and let go of at this time? The 7 of Swords. Okay, somebody did you dirty. Maybe this is you trying to talk yourself out. I mean, I saw the 5 of Swords underneath the bottom of the deck. Maybe you're trying to tell yourself that this is as good as it gets, that I don't need ultimate happiness, that I don't need to see beyond what I already know. I'm just fine the way that I am. Are you? Because you're showing me the 10 of Wands here as the overall. It's getting a little heavy. It's getting a little difficult to continue to tell yourself the same thing. Maybe you're lying. Maybe you just can't see it. The 8 of Wands. Maybe you cannot say it. I just said that and the 8 of Wands came out. Yeah. I feel like you're not saying how you truly feel. I feel like you're hiding it. I feel like you are putting on a smile and you are continuing to shoulder whatever this burden is. And you're saying, no, I'm fine. I'm good. I can do this. And you probably can. But honestly, do you want to continue to? That's only something that you're going to be able to answer for yourself. I can't tell you that. How can we reach our full potential? How can we reach our full potential? I mean, I see the Sun here at the bottom of the deck. You desire happiness. Page of Swords. Okay, gain information about what? Information gatherer of the Tarot. The 4 of Swords, how to heal. How to take time out. How to rest. How to calm your mind. How to meditate. How to sit with yourself in silence and quiet. And that's whenever you can connect with your spirit guides, by the way. That's why he's in supplication and prayer. He's connecting with his higher power, his spirit guides, whatever they look like to him. What's coming to the light right now? I feel like what's coming to the light right now is that you want, I'm not surprised, the 3 of Cups. You want to bring joy back into your life. Yeah. And you're ready to move forward. I feel like you're ready to move on from whatever this is. Yeah, you've been stuck here for quite some time. The 8 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, 8 and 2 is 10. Low key, in 2 cards, you're telling me that you've had it. The 10 of Wands, the 10 of Swords here, if you add 8 and 2 together, yeah, I feel like you are really done with whatever this is. The 3 of Pentacles here, I don't feel like you're on the same page with somebody anymore, and you're not. I feel like there is going to come a time whenever you just blurt this out. I feel like there's going to come a time whenever you can't hold it in anymore. You've been keeping yourself from moving forward, or you've been blocking yourself out and saying, I'm fine in this golden cage. I really, really am. Or maybe you're not seeing the fact that you are, in fact, trapped by your thoughts of, I can't, I shouldn't, I don't deserve this. Yeah, lies. The lies we tell ourselves. But it's beginning to get harder and harder for you to continue to believe these lies. Especially whenever we have the sun here underneath the bottom of the deck. This is coming to the light. The sun is the happiest card in the deck. It's about a rebirth and a renewal. This is also about shining a light on something, about illuminating something. Maybe that was previously hidden. Maybe something that you continue to try and hide from yourself out of fear. Yeah, because it means ending something. I feel like it really does. It means ending something. Now, I'm not seeing a particular person tied to this. The 8 of Pentacles here, this could be in regards to a job. All right. I know. It's not that glamorous. But yeah, if this is a job that you're saying, yeah, pays the bills, it's stable. It is. But I feel trapped here. I don't like it. And the sun was reversed. Yeah, I feel like this is not being seen. I feel like you're continuing to tell yourself that this is not the way that it is. But I honestly feel like you just don't want to say it aloud, because whenever you do, then it makes it true. At some point, you are going to have to turn the sun upside down. You're going to have to turn the sun upright and say, all right, I admit, I can see it. I'm not happy here. I'm overburdened. That 10 of Wands is going to get heavier and heavier the longer you tote it. Death, Scorpionic energy, the sun, Leo. The Chariot, Cancerian energy. You're ready to move on. I mean, I see that. You see happiness, success, victory elsewhere, not where you are now. Where you are now, in whatever capacity this is referencing, is draining you mentally and passionately. Passionate, creativity, whatever the case is, you are being drained in all areas. I'm a Virgo. Virgo could scare you. Yeah, we are scary. We're a lot scarier than people give us credit for, especially whenever you piss us off. Aphrodite. All right, Pisces. You are getting Aphrodite, which makes sense. Water sign, right? Aphrodite. As we awaken to the divinity within ourselves and others, we realize that unconditional love and appreciation for the beauty in all things is the key to spiritual growth. I feel like you are finally seeing the beauty in somewhere else, somewhere that is not a burden that you continue to carry because you feel like you have to, because you're not willing to admit that you're unhappy in whatever situation this is. Whenever you're finally ready to unblock yourself and allow yourself to express, remember, swords are about words or thoughts. Express yourself in this manner. Your Scorpio is someone more scary than us. You know, Virgos get compared with Scorpios a lot. We all have every sign in our zodiacal wheel, by the way. It just depends on where it's at in our chart. My Scorpio is in my Lilith. Don't cross my independence. don't rein me in. Aphrodite, yeah. Really honestly see the beauty in all things. I feel like there is a point at which you say, yeah, I do. I can see that where I'm at is not where I want to be. And with that in mind, yeah, ending this or making some sort of change is probably in my best and highest good. All right. That's what I have, everybody, as far as I'm sticking around for a second, so don't hop off just yet, guys. That is what I have as far as all of the signs are concerned. I will get those timestamps up for you guys here in just a bit. Let's see here. Scorpio Sun, Taurus Moon. Damn complicated I am. Yeah, I know. I am double Earth and double air. So yeah. Very grounded and intelligent. So you are water and air, not or water and earth. Not a bad combination. Water and earth works pretty well together. Probably some of the worst. I mean, look at your big four. People underestimate their moon, their rising, and their Venus. So, I mean, I've talked about this before on other videos, but whenever you are taking a look at your, let's see here, with an Aquarius ascendant. Okay, so you're an Aquarius rising. Yeah, all right. So, yeah. What can you expect more? Yeah. You're, the way that you're seen, the way that you project yourself is your ascendant or your rising. Your moon is where your emotions lie. So whenever you take a look at the moon, that's why we do the lunations, is because the moon affects not only the tides. Oh wow, yeah, we just came back from a trip down to Port Aransas, and it was following the last supermoon that we had, which was in Leo, and the tides were so high. They hadn't seen anything like that. If the moon can affect the tides and we're 75% water, then don't you think that the moon has some sort of effect on us, on our emotions? In fact, right now, even as I'm filming this, our emotions are being tugged on just a bit. Not to mention that, I mean, I try and do the tarot and astrology for a very good reason. We're about to have Jupiter in retrograde. We're having a grand water trine, which is really, really tugging on our emotions in a bunch of different directions. So you may be feeling like your emotions are here, there, and everywhere. With Neptune, or sorry, not Neptune, Neptune has been in retrograde. It will continue to be in retrograde. So this is kind of obscuring our emotional viewpoint. Jupiter being in retrograde means that we're not feeling the need for growth and expansion. We're having a difficult time getting up in the morning, getting motivated to do things. Then we have Mercury retrograde, which we are on the precipice of at the moment. Yeah, always fun. And Mercury retrograde, even being a Mercury ruled sign, I don't ever really see that huge of a. No, we're in the pre-shadow right now, Naveen. So it just depends on really. I'm not sponsored by Red Bull. I'm just addicted to them. I wish they would sponsor me, but it just depends. That's why I do the tarot and astrology for the upcoming week or the upcoming month, or first 2 weeks, first half of the month, is because I like people to be aware of the astral weather of what's going on. So right now we may not can you give me a clarity? I don't know what that means. A clarity. I've just gone through all 12 signs, so if you would like to book a reading, you're more than welcome to. Hearth Witch is a great one. Let's see here. Mystic Mooncraft is another one. And they have a lot of audio recordings as well. But yeah, I used to do the tarot and astrology every single week, because there is always something going on that you need to know about, because it can affect a lot of the things that we're dealing with. How do you know if Jupiter is an exaltation? That would be a fantastic time for you to, if Jupiter is an exaltation, that would be a fantastic time for you to launch something. All right. Say that Mercury is an exaltation. Say that you have a trine between Mercury, Saturn, and Jupiter. Oh my gosh. If you're doing anything in broadcasting, or starting a podcast, or starting a YouTube channel, or anything like that, that is the time to do it. Whenever you know how to let the planets work for you and work alongside of the astrology that's going on in this very moment, then you can capitalize on there are I just finished uh I never stop learning, and I always advocate for others to never stop learning the Solomonic Pentacles, and it's about harnessing the hour day of the year and how to yeah, it's about uh invocation of angels, demons, and the like. Very interesting read. And my next book up on the list is a book on Gnostic um, tarot. So I have been reading classical tarot, just FYI for you guys. If you wanted to know, that's why I always say make the distinction between different meanings of different cards, because a lot of cards have gotten a modernized spin to them. And the Seven of Swords is one of them. The Page of Swords is another. The Two of Cups is really one that has gone through a huge transformation, and the Lovers as well. When I started learning tarot when I was 14 or 15 years old, and yes, that was like forever and a day ago, but I read one of the original I'd have to look up I don't have the book in here with me. It's in the bedroom, because I read before I go to bed. But it's classical tarot. It's the way that it was back in the 15th century. So a lot of these have, and there are different. There's the Kabbalistic, there's the Thoth version by Aleister Crowley, and then there is the Hermetic version. There's the Gnostic, which is Gnostic Hermetic. And then you get into the modern interpretations, and boy, I mean, you can tell some crazy stories with some of the modern interpretations of the cards. And I dislike that for the reason that it's overly dramatic, and it does not have to be. The message applies if the message applies, and it can apply in multiple areas of your life. It does not have to be just, unless you as a reader set your intentions for, I want to look into the person on the collective's mind. I want to look into, and before I should just let the cameras freaking roll, and I'm sitting here and doing nothing like this, literally. Clearing my mind of everything, setting my intentions, speaking with my deities, and letting them know exactly what I expect moving forward in this reading. And that's what I'll do prior to starting the camera whenever any reading that I do, whether it's a collective reading, whether it's per sign, whether it is a personal reading. So I always set my intention thusly, and I trust whatever comes out is meant for your best and highest good. Again, if I set my intention that this is going to be a relationship read, then it's going to be a relationship read. If I leave it open-ended and say, what does everyone need to know for their best and highest good in regards to the Taurus super full moon happening in 3 days? Well, I just did that reading. So whatever came out, you can apply it to any area of your life. The cards themselves are just energies. Even whenever we talk about masculines and feminines in the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, for example, kings are masters of their suit, queens are nurturers. That's it. It does not necessarily have to be, I can be a King of Pentacles. I can say, I have mastered my stability. I have mastered my stability. Or I'm in the process of nurturing my stability. And you can be both at the same time. You can also be both masculine and feminine. In fact, I highly recommend that you integrate your masculine and your feminine, especially if you are on a twin flame journey. That's one of the most important parts of being on a twin flame journey and getting ready to come into union with your twin flame. Oh, you're wanting Naveen, in regards to that, how to get rid of a third party, talk to your partner about that. Other than that, as far as if you're asking for something in regards to spell crafting, I'm not going to give you anything that is going to interfere with someone's free will for a lot of different reasons. Because interfering with someone's free will is a very slippery slope. Is it okay for you to cast when you have been done wrong? And it's very easy for you to, you're a no contact. So you want to break them up so that he'll come back to you. Now, let me ask you, if that happens, why would you want him back? You would be if you're trying to break them up. Unless they want to break up. Then you're inciting the breaking apart of two people who are together at this moment. Then the only thing that I can recommend for you to do is to cut ties, protect yourself, and if you wish to take matters into your own hand in any sort of capacity, you can do a reversal spell. Okay? Which means just saying, I do not accept this energy that has been placed on me. It is not mine. It is not free to stay. Return to sender. And he should receive his own ill will back to him. And that should be enough. So if he did unto you, then just put up a mirror and say, I return to sender. That's it. I return to sender. This is not my energy. It cannot stay. Return to sender. And that's it. Well, like I said, and as far as just return to sender. So there you go. Easy one. Because whenever you return that magic that he sent to you, then it will have the same effect. It's just like creating a mirror. In fact, I have a mirror. I have mirrors all over the house that are made for that specific purpose, to return anything that is sent to me. So I love whenever people try to throw things at me, because it just goes right back to them. And yeah. So, I mean, you're only doing yourself a disservice. And really, honestly, that's what karma is that what goes around comes around, and it will eventually. You don't have to have magic for that. The universe does a pretty good job of doling out, even God, okay, if we want to get biblical, even God does a really good job of taking that which has afflicted you and returning it to the person who caused the affliction, especially in the Old Testament. But I diverge. Anyway, all right, guys, thank you all for being with me here tonight. It has been an absolute pleasure. Hopefully everyone had a blessed Samhain, a fantastic Buenos Dia de los Muertos, and All Hallows Eve. Let me know in the comments whether or not you participated in any fun activities over the weekend. And I will see you guys again here soon. Tschüss. Danke.